See, the whole time management thing can be broken down into three different categories. Number one, how you manage huge chunks of times, like weeks and months of time. That is how your next 6 months is going to look like. That is not as much of time management as it is long-term planning, and I've talked about it before. Let me know if you want another detailed discussion on that, because it has been a couple of years since I talked about it. But yeah, that's not something that I'm going to discuss now, the long term planning or the long chunk of time management. Then the next one comes like a weekly one, how my week is going to look like, and that is mid-level planning, something I've discussed about as well. And that is something that I'm not going to be discussing right now as well, because it is mostly like you're thinking about, oh, I'm having this many days and I'm having these big tasks and I'm going to be allocating time like this. I'm going to be discussing how your next day is going to look like and how you're going to manage your time over there. I think that's the point we should all start, because the concept just repeats. How you do anything is how you do everything, right? So the way you're going to manage time of your next day is going to be quite similar to how you're going to manage time in the next week, in the next month, in the next year. People have gigantic plans, all right? For example, big companies have yearly plans. Countries have decades and decades of planning of how it is going to look like in like next 10 years, next 20 years. But right now, what we are going to focus on a personal level is the next day plan. And for that, the concept is pretty simple. How much time do you have, and what are the priority lists of your works that you need to do? Now, I did not say how much time you have and how much work you need to do, because there can be only one independent variable. So either you fix that I want to do this much work, and then you decide how much time it's going to take, or you fix the time, okay, I'm having next 24 hours of my life and how I'm going to allocate this many work based on the priority list. So priority list says that this is the most important task, has to be done. I cannot live past tomorrow and be undone with this task, so it has to be done. And then this is the next most important one. This is kind of okay, if it is not done tomorrow, I'll still live. And then that's how the priority list goes. So most of the people just take it randomly. Okay, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this. But then they do 3 tasks and then they find out, oh, the fourth one was more important than the 3 ones that I already did, and now I need to pull out an all-nighter. And then tomorrow all day I'm going to be drowsy. Then tomorrow at night I won't be able to get some sleep again, because my sleep cycle is wrecked. And because of that, now I sleep at 3 a.m. and wake up at 12 p.m. You have to take things systematically and understand that you sleeping at 2 a.m. today does not mean that you save 4 hours of your time. You're going to wake up late, or you're going to be less efficient tomorrow. So better keep the biological rhythm the same, and then just have the time. Okay, 4 hours of my time, I can either stay awake late and do it right now, or I can go to bed and wake up on time and then start doing it tomorrow, continue from where I left. And that is a more efficient way to do it. That is a more healthy way of doing it. That's a more logical way of doing it. So all of this will not be a problem if you have a priority list, and that you can just make on any notepad, electronic or physical. Just have a bullet point set. Okay, this is the most important, then this. So let us say you are thinking of right now, oh, I need to do 5 different activities. Then make a priority list, 1 2 3 4 5. And the next step is that you allocate the time it is going to need. Obviously tentative, you do not know for sure, but tentatively you do know, okay, if I'm going to do this assignment and I'm going to copy it from my friend, then it's going to take 1 hour copying that. So okay, 1 hour allocated, but also it is having the highest priority because I need to submit it day after tomorrow. And then there's a test that is coming out three days later, and I better start studying, because I do not think that I can make it with just 24 hours of studying. So that's the second most priority activity. Then most people does not have this in the top 3 or top 5 priority, that is their health, their diet, and things that they want to work upon. And those are the things that I'm going to be talking about pretty shortly, that don't just go head first towards only the things that are required to sustain your existence. Otherwise you're not growing. If you are investing zero amount of time towards growth, then your growth is zero. I think that's pretty simple. So you gotta add some amount of time over there as well. And if you do, and when you do, that should not be at the bottom of your priority list. This is what most people do when I tell them that you should allocate like at least 20 minutes of you speaking in front of mirror in the language of English about whatever you want to talk about. And they say, okay, Ashish, I'll definitely do that. And they decide to do that, but put that at the bottom of their priority list. And because of that, all the other activities are done first, and then the last one obviously gets carried over to the next one.